for watching ABC tonight. Stay tuned for your local news next. Next on Boston Legal.
Oh, I see there's two of us.
Here's a health tip. Walk away. Why would I do that?
Well, Denny, I admit I had my doubts, but you won this case. Thank you.
Does this mean we're having sex tonight?
Allow me to dream a little longer.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you.
Not to worry, dear. I'll cancel the rest of your day. East Texas teen is abducted from a Walmart parking lot and shot to death. Personal safety has been on the minds of many. Coming up, we'll talk with experts about keeping you safe. Your news is next. A recent murder increases concerns about security. The story at 10. Your pick 3 numbers, 6, 1, and 1. Your pick 4 numbers, 1, 2, 7, 2. Good luck.
Now, from KTBS 3 in Shreveport, this is KTBS 3 News Weekend.
I bid you a very heartfelt good night.
The king of late-night comedy has passed away. Coming up, a look at the life and work of Johnny Carson. Contractor John Whitaker says he did the work, but the city did not pay the bill. His lawsuit continues this week. And all good things must come to an end. The KTBS 3 Boat and Sports Show ends another successful run at the event center. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jody Lowry. Those stories are coming up for you, but first in your news tonight. The abduction and murder of an East Texas woman now has many people in the Arklatex taking extra safety precautions. KTBS 3's Barbara Stewart joins us now. Barbara, I understand area law enforcement officials are helping people with those efforts.
That is right, Jody. They are. Area law enforcement is already seeing an increase in calls from people interested in safety classes. And tonight, they are offering those concerned and not able to sign up for those classes a little advice.
I've always tried to play it safe.
Liddy Burkhalter for street porch stops during the day. It's something she's now doing more often, along with other things.
I really make sure my doors are locked with my car, getting in and out of my car, and look around, make sure there's not, I don't park by a car that looks suspicious.
That's something police and sheriff's deputies also suggest. They recommend parking as close to the entrance as possible. Caddo Sheriff's Deputy David Robinson says, most importantly,
just be aware of your surroundings at all times because anything can happen.
Deputy Robinson suggests being cautious even inside stores. Surveillance video taken inside Walmart the day of Megan Holden's abduction shows Johnny Williams Jr. lurking throughout the store.
If you see somebody who you feel might be suspicious or a dangerous person, contact the security officer and let them know. And it's their job to go and identify that person and see what they're doing. If they're not shopping, they shouldn't be there.
Deputy Robinson also suggests not running to secluded areas, including near your car.
I would advise if you was going to run from them, run back to the entrance of the store. Run towards a crowd of people where somebody can help, scream, holler for help.
Advice Liddy takes to heart.
Trying to stay safe is a good thing.
Now, Deputy Robinson also recommends going out with a group. He said there's safety in numbers. He suggests getting a good description of a suspicious person or vehicle. He says especially try to remember a license plate number and as much as you can about a person's appearance. And last but not least, call law enforcement. He says that's what they're here for. Jody?
Okay, good tips. Thank you, Barbara, for that report. Various safety courses are available through your local sheriff's office. Call them for more information. Bossier police are ready to arrest a man they say was part of a double shooting. It happened shortly after 9 o'clock last night in the 2700 block of Foster Street. Detectives say 20-year-old Kirk Jackson tried to rob 23-year-old Corey White at gunpoint while the two sat in a parked car. Police say that's when White pulled out a gun and shot Jackson in both legs, and then Jackson shot White in the chest. Both are expected to recover. Jackson faces charges of attempted first-degree murder. Charges have not been filed against White. Closing arguments are set for tomorrow in the trial of 3 people charged with bank fraud involving Louisiana car dealerships. The dealerships involved are located all across Louisiana, including Shreveport, Ruston, and Monroe. 3 people are charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Prosecutors say they shuffled vehicles from dealership to dealership in a complicated bank fraud scam. The operator of one of the dealerships pleaded guilty last week. Testimony continues tomorrow in the case of Whitaker Construction versus the City of Shreveport. Mayor Keith Hightower took the stand on Friday and says Whitaker signed a contract to expand Independence Stadium, and it was up to them to stick to the agreed-upon price. But Whitaker says cost overruns from changes the city wanted led to its financial collapse and eventual bankruptcy. The city says Whitaker was in serious financial trouble before the stadium project and tried to overbuild the city. It's a question of race in Claiborne Parish. The U.S. Justice Department wants to know if the school board is complying with a 1970 desegregation order. The questions deal with student transfers, hiring, discipline, and transportation. The board has until Valentine's Day to respond. 1 week from tonight, they'll be counting the votes in Iraq. That's if officials can put a stop to those trying to stop the first post-Saddam election. And from the Midwest to Maine, the cleanup begins after the blizzard of 2005. These stories are still ahead on your weekend news.
Well, we begin snow, but we got some very cold air. In fact, it's going to be a frigid morning tomorrow. We'll get down to 23 degrees, some places in the upper teens. And with that sunshine and south wind, we'll get back up close to normal temperatures in the mid-50s. Even warmer weather coming for the middle of the week. I'll have more on your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
Now, KTBS 3 News continues.
The wait should be over this week for Condoleezza Rice. By Wednesday, Rice is expected to be confirmed by the Senate so she can be sworn in as the new Secretary of State. The White House had been hoping it would happen last Thursday, the day of President Bush's inauguration, but Democrats delayed that vote. Viktor Yushchenko is calling his rise to the presidency in the Ukraine a victory of law over lawlessness. His comments came in his inaugural speech today in Kiev. He won the post only after the country's high court threw out an earlier vote. Iraqis go to the polls a week from now in an election to shape the future of their country. But some are doing everything in their power to make it all fail. ABC's David Wright is in Baghdad.
Today, the most wanted man in Iraq declared war on democracy. Those who vote are infidels, said Abu Musab al-Zarqawi in a new audio tape posted on the internet. As God is my witness, I have warned them. A point driven home today by still more suicide bombs. The Prime Minister Ayad Alawi dismissed concerns that violence may keep voters away.
We look forward. The Iraqi people are excited. They are happy, and they are, for the first time, exercising their rights, which have been denied for decades.
The last time Iraqis voted, they had one choice, Saddam Hussein. This ballot has 111 choices, including many unfamiliar names, because it's been too dangerous for the candidates to campaign.
This time, Iraqis will be free to vote for whomever they like. The question is, will it be safe enough to vote at all?
We foresee strong participation in the elections, especially in the northern and in the southern parts of the country.
But especially in the so-called Sunni triangle, where the insurgency has been strongest, it may be difficult to lure voters to the polls. David Wright, ABC News, Baghdad.
After almost a century of notoriety, one of Miami's most luxurious hotels, the 16-story Everglades Hotel, turned to rubble today. It had been part of the original Coastal Florida Hotel Row. Now its site will become a condominium project with twin towers of more than 800 units. What some are calling the blizzard of 2005 has pretty much passed, but not before dumping up to 3 feet of snow on some parts of the country. This year's first winter storm is leaving a big bill in its wake. Now sanitation and transportation employees are working overtime to get their cities and roads all cleaned up. Well, you didn't have to be in the storm's path to be affected by it. As ABC's Bob Jameson reports, hundreds of flights were canceled and thousands of travelers were delayed from Cape Cod to California.
With the encouraging sight of a plane heading into the sky, the Chicago's O'Hare Airport struggled toward normal operations, but hundreds of stranded passengers were still trying to get to the Northeast.
Trying to go to Maine, and I've been trying since Friday night, and I'm still chasing the storm.
Boston's Logan Airport remains closed. High winds and whiteout conditions hampered crews trying to clear 20 inches of snow from the runway. Cancellations persisted even to Florida. New York's three major airports canceled 600 more flights today, even though runways were open. Airlines were trying to get planes where they were needed. Some decided not to try until tomorrow.
We came in from Miami yesterday, and our flight to Buffalo was canceled.
And nobody's very happy because they had to get here through the snow, and everything's kind of grouchy.
Riding the rails was easier. Amtrak reported few delays along the Northeast corridor, but was operating a reduced schedule.
I'm from Florida. I don't do the snow, so I'm really ready to go home.
Amtrak promises that its operations will be back to normal tomorrow, but the airlines, well, they're not making that same promise. Many of you are headed back to work in the morning, and Skip Cordes has the information you're going to need. He's up after the break with your complete Storm Team 3 forecast. Keep it here.
Now, with Mega 3 in your Storm Team forecast, here's meteorologist Skip Cordes in the Storm Team 3 Weather Lab.
Good evening, folks. We had a rather interesting weekend around here. We started out Saturday rather warm and a little humid. Then it got cold Saturday night, and today was very winter-like with lots of clear skies and cold temperatures. Tomorrow morning will be frigid out there. Here's the skycast. When you get up, we'll see temperatures in the lower 20s. A lot of places will be in the teens tomorrow morning. And during the day, we'll see those temperatures warming up quickly. At noontime, up to 50 degrees, and an afternoon high of a pleasant and normal 56 degrees. So it's going to be a clear next couple days and definitely warming up. One place where they would love to see some warm temperatures is up in New England. Check out this video here from Boston. This is today after the blizzard is winding down. Up to 30 inches of snow in parts of New England today. And with that wind gusting at times up to 70 miles an hour in Cape Cod, it was definitely a blizzard, the worst they've had in about 5 years up there. So lots of digging out from the snow up there in New England, and lots of frigid temperatures. In fact, current temperature in Boston, I think right now, is about 5 degrees with all that snow. So just adding insult to injury with all those folks up there trying to dig out from all that snow. We don't have any snow around here, just a lot of cold temperatures. And here's your live Doppler radar. It is showing nothing. You're not going to see anything on the radar for the majority of the week. By Thursday, we might see a few showers, but I think definitely by Friday and Saturday, more showers coming in the Arctic. It's warmer weather. But right now, it is cold. That's the story around the Arctic this evening. 30 now in Shreveport, Bossier, as well as Texarkana. Look at these dew points getting closer now to 20 degrees. So these dew points are rising, so the air temperatures will meet the dew point temperatures right around 20 to 22 degrees in the morning, and that's where I think we'll see our morning lows. Notice the winds are relatively calm out there right now. Tomorrow, they'll shift around to the south, and that's going to help boost those temperatures up close to normal for your Monday afternoon. Right now, these current temperatures are all below normal. 25 currently in El Dorado. Now, I think El Dorado will probably see in around 17 for a low temperature tomorrow morning, as well as probably between Arkansas close to the teens, and Ruston might see 19 degrees tomorrow morning, but everywhere else you'll see probably around low to mid-20s when you get up in the morning. You'll likely have some frost to shake off from your windshield tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind and a few extra minutes to your commute. All right, here's your high pressure coming down over us tonight. That's why it's calm and clear and very cold out there with those frigid temperatures tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow will rebound nicely with those south winds. That will help to get those temperatures up closer to normal. And then for the rest of the week, we should be seeing temperatures above normal for most of the area in the 60s and maybe some lower 70s. So a cold start in the precision cast for tomorrow morning, a mild finish for the day, and those south winds take over. And it's going to be actually a warm day on Tuesday with highs close to 70, believe it or not. So a big change in temperature coming. Tomorrow morning, 23, and by Wednesday afternoon, 70. So almost a 50-degree change in temperature from tomorrow morning until Wednesday afternoon. And then the chance rain comes back in the forecast as you get towards Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It looks like Sunday could be a wet day right now with temperatures right around 60 degrees. So let's hope that 30% chance of rain on Saturday is lower, because, you know, we have a big parade through Centaur, and a lot of folks will be riding that parade. This one over here might be.
Absolutely, I'm going to be there. But you know what? Last year we braved the cold temperatures and the sleet, and
so you can brave a little rain.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not going to melt.
We're good for it. Absolutely
okay,
not. Well, I am sweet. You know, I'm kidding. All right. The KTBS 3 Boat and Sport Show wrapped up its run at the KTBS 3 Event Center tonight. Thousands of outdoor enthusiasts browsed and bought during the 4-day event.
The show was one of the best ones we've had, pertaining to the weather was good, and the cold weather also helped because it kind of kept people from, you know, getting in the yard and everything like that. So we had a great, it was a great show. The advertising that y'all did was great. I don't know, it's just a wonderful show, the entertainment, and that's what this show is, basically. It's entertainment. I mean, you have the bass tournament, you have different things, you got motorhomes, mobile homes, so it's an entertainment weekend is the way we look at it. We keep our name out in front of everybody, and so it's been a fun weekend.
Our next big event is the Home and Garden Show. It's scheduled for the event center March 11th through the 13th. Well, the man known as the king of late night has passed away. We'll take a look at Johnny Carson's life, his work, and all the laughter that he left behind. KTBS 3 News Weekend is coming right back.
Now, KTBS 3 News continues.
We want to talk to you guys to make sure everything is all right.
Now, that's a scene from this weekend's #1 movie, Are We There Yet? It stars rapper turned actor Ice Cube. He plays a man whose main obstacle to dating a single mom is her 2 kids. They're very picky about what kind of guy is good enough to see their mom. Now, the film, which co-stars Nia Long, earned an estimated $18.5 million in its opening weekend. In second place was last weekend's top film, the Samuel L. Jackson drama Coach Carter, with $11 million. Rounding out the top 5 with hit sequel Meet the Fockers, the Dennis Quaid comedy In Good Company, and the family film Racing Stripes. There's some sad news out of Hollywood this weekend. Mourners are leaving flowers outside of Johnny Carson's California home. The Tonight Show host died of emphysema at age 79. The longtime smoker had announced in 2002 that he was suffering from that disease. ABC's Carla Wall looks back at the life of Johnny Carson.
And now, here's Johnny.
For 30 years, Johnny Carson was a part of America's bedtime ritual, a friend who night after night stepped through the curtain to deliver a late-night laugh.
This has been a rough week. Don King looked at the headlines, his hair went down.
Carson grew up in Nebraska, but his love of comedy led him to Hollywood on a show called Carson's Cellar. When the show was canceled, Carson became a game show host and a comedy writer for Red Skelton. He first appeared on The Tonight Show as a substitute for Jack Parr. Then in 1962, with sidekick Ed McMahon, Carson began his reign as the king of late night. Through the years, this demonstration on how to throw a tomahawk remained one of his favorite bits. There were so many moments, the appearances by unpredictable animals and children.
Have you ever seen this show before?
Well, when I was up vomiting and all that stuff.
In 1969, 45 million people tuned in to see Tiny Tim marry Miss Vicky. It was the highest-rated Tonight Show ever. For comedians, an appearance of Johnny Carson could catapult a career.
It has been an honor and a privilege to come into your homes all these years and entertain you.
On his last show, Carson said he'd enjoyed every minute. In fact, he told the audience, "I'd like to do the whole thing all over again."
I bid you a very heartfelt good night.
Carla Wall, ABC News, Hollywood.
Now, KTBS 3 Sports.
It's Championship Sunday in the NFL. In a good world, we would have either the Saints or the Cowboys to watch. In a perfect world, we would have the Saints and the Cowboys to watch. But in the real world, we get neither. So that means most of us have to adopt a team to have more than a passing interest today. The Eagles seem to fit the bill. They haven't been to a Super Bowl in more than 2 decades. And KTBS 3 sports star Jeremiah Trotter is one of their best players. Trotter plays defense, but he got some immediate help on the offensive side today. The Eagles go a little extra to get on the board first. Dorsey Levens looks like he stopped at the 2, but he just wills his way into the end zone. It's 7-0 Eagles. That lead would get larger. Donovan McNabb over the top to Greg Lewis for 45. Lewis gets away with a little push at the end of this play. That leads to another short touchdown. It's 14-3. Then it's Trotter's turn to make a big play. He's eyeing down Michael Vick, and then he eyes down Warwick Dunn. Trotter had a monster game today, another one for him. He led Philly in tackles, and that's a big reason they are going to the Super Bowl. So is this. Donovan McNabb to Chad Lewis. That one puts the game away. Trotter and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. They beat Atlanta 27-10.
We just excited. You know, we know the type of defense we have. We knew that those guys wasn't going to come in and run the ball on us. I think Douglas might have said during the week he was going to run it right at me. And, you know, I really took that to heart. I take that personal. And, you know, we're excited. We're going to enjoy this. And I said that from the beginning. We're going to enjoy these wins, but this is not what we want to do. We want to win that thing, and we're going to have a good time with this and come back to practice and get ready to go down there and take, you know, what it is, what you guys are going to say we're not going to be able to do.
In the AFC title game, Pittsburgh finds themselves in a world of trouble. Late in the third, Ben Roethlisberger hits Rodney Harrison right in the number. One problem. Harrison plays for New England. He goes 87 yards the other way with the Steelers trail 24-3 at home. Pittsburgh had a chance to make things interesting in the third. They're inside the 5 with a chance to score a touchdown, make it a one-touchdown game. But Plaxico Burress can't pull it in. Steelers have to settle for a field goal. That makes it 31-20. In the fourth, the Pats put it away. Deion Branch is going to come around the end and run New England all of the way into the Super Bowl. Patriots are going to the Super Bowl again. They win 41-27. So the Super Bowl matchup is set. If you're having a party, this information is very, very, very important to you. Super Bowl 39 is not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Kickoff is going to be a little bit after 5:30. Pre-game festivities begin about noon. Shreveport time. On the ice, the Bossier Shreveport Mud Bugs go through a rare Sunday skate today in the greater Memphis metro. The Bugs had only hated River Kings before today, but today does not go as planned. Muscat's boys give up 2 goals in less than 2 minutes in the second period and never recover. They lose in Memphis 8-3. The Bugs return home on Friday, and look who's joining them on the ice. That same Laredo Buck team that helped produce all that controversy and hallway confrontation during the CHL Finals last year. This will be the Bucks' only trip to Bossier City during the regular season. So if you'd like them to hear you voice your displeasure about Game 7, you need to be at the Sixth Hotel on Friday. In the gym, the Lady Tigers deal with the depth perception that comes with playing at Vandy. Playing there is weird. Benches are on one end of the court, court's raised, crowds way off, but the Lady Tigers deal with it quite well. Sylvia Foles scores on the block, LSU by 14. Vandy tries to battle to hang tight. Ashley Early muscles her way to the end. One is a 10-point game, but LSU is the real deal this year. They prove it again today. Gwendolyn Jones gets the friendly roll. LSU picks up a nice win on the road. They're 18-1 now. They win 79-68 in Nashville. In the Big Ten, former Houghton High star Crystal Smith has another big day for Iowa, but this time it comes during a loss. Smith scores 21 during the Hawkeyes' 4-point loss at Purdue. In the NBA, the Hornets trip south to South Beach. This doesn't go the way they planned at all. Dwayne Wade goes coast to coast and in the grill. It's 49-17 in the NBA. Then Shaq scores from the baseline. The Heat have doubled up the Hornets, 72-36. Think there's going to be a great comeback? No, there's not. Even Wayne Juju scored tonight. Heat suffer. The Hornets suffer a heat stroke in Miami, 97-68. On the Lynx, the weather-plagued Buick Invite becomes a 2-horse race down the stretch. Tiger Woods leads Tom Lehman by a shot, and they're both in the fairway on 18. Lehman lays up. The Tiger knows he can win it if he can reach the green in 2, but he hits a horrible shot. Not only is it short, but it's so far offline that it doesn't even go in the water. This is why Tiger's better than we are, though. His next shot over the water goes to within 15. Now, you got to remember, the tournament is on the line here. He's got a tricky downhill putt to win it. So unlike most of us, he does not run it by and run it into the water. He just puts it right into the heart of the cup. Tiger picks up his first stroke play win in 15 months. He ends up winning the Buick Invitational by 3 shots today.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're pretty good at golf.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm a huge Tiger fan, so I can live vicariously through him.
True. I tried. I really do. It's heartfelt. Okay, last look at the forecast is coming up. Skip Gordon is back with us after the break. Stay with us.
Now, KTBS 3 News continues.
All right, current temperatures are pretty cold already. Below freezing in all areas. We'll be seeing temperatures in the lower 20s when we get up on Monday morning. Here's the 7-day forecast. We'll start the day 23 up to 56, so not a bad recovery, and then close to 70 on Tuesday and Wednesday. And apparently, hope it doesn't rain on Saturday, because apparently Jody's just so sweet she might melt. But we're hoping it doesn't rain.
That was such a bad joke. I was being so sarcastic. You know, sometimes I shouldn't do that in public. It's not going to go. Thank you, Skip.
All right.
I'm not going to melt. That's your news. That's about that. Have a good week.
You've been watching KTBS 3, the best source for news, weather, and sports.
And for the only local 9 p.m. newscast, turn to UPN 21 News at 9.